Alright, welcome to the D2E Challenge. This is going to be Charms here with Purge in the first round game, bringing you EG Evil Geniuses up against DTS. We're going to get into the picks and bans here. So, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to co-cast with you. It's been forever since I've casted a game with you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, both teams are really awesome, EG and DTS. DTS actually kind of under the radar a little bit. That was originally Artstyle's old team, correct? And it was kind of like pre-Navi. It was like the team before Navi, before they became Navi. And then I guess they replaced their players and kept the same sponsor or something. No, there's PGG. I forgot. PGG is captaining them now. And the rest of the guys I'm not too familiar with, but I'm sure they're all good players.
It's basically, I want to say it's the PGG +4 that won the Dota 2 Star of Kiev championship. The one that upset Navi. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. They got picked up by DTS right afterwards. It's PGG, Always Want to Fly, Go Black. They also have Vigos on the team, but I don't think he's playing in this game. And then Blow Your Brain. They're actually really good. They beat Navi in that Kiev LAN tournament. So they're really strong, but this is an online game. So, I mean, depending on the pings and stuff, like, there's a lot that goes into effect outside of, like, a LAN tournament. You know what I mean? Like, online, there's definitely advantages and disadvantages to servers.
Yeah, not to mention that the Radiant team does actually have American players. Fear is an American, so I assume he's home. I'm guessing he's home. So at the least, he's going to be playing with a little bit of delay. But we were talking about this pregame, but very, very interesting stand-and stay. We have Lacoste and Malk standing in here. So we're missing Pycat and Demon currently. And Demon didn't play in EG the last game either. He actually was in the observer slot, but not playing. It was really weird, so we're not really sure what's going on here.
Yeah, definitely strange. Like, I don't know. I mean, they've been so strong. They've been so strong, like, with the lineup they had, like, Demon and them, they went over and boot camped or whatever in China, and they had some pretty decent results against some good teams, you know, against Panda, against the DTEs, against the IGs. Like, they played against the big boys, and they came back, and now I haven't really seen them, like playing together as much as I thought they should, really.
Yeah, which is weird, because they still have been doing good, so I'm not really sure what's going on. I don't know, we'll see. Definitely surprised, though. But either way, I mean, I've seen Malk play with them at least 2 games now, I believe, and both times he played Chen. I saw him a Nature's Prophet and a Chen game, and of course he played really excellently both times. So I'm still surprised. I'm not surprised. Not going to be surprised if EG still does really, really well with these stand-ins here. And we actually have a lot of bonus time getting cut out of the Dire team. He finally bans a Shadow Shaman. Wow, that was like the longest first ban I've ever seen.
They were stumped from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that was a really, really long first ban there. And you're right, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, this team's really strong, and they've all played together so many times as well. I mean, this is almost like the MYM team minus Demon right here, really. You got Milk, Playmate, Misery, Fear, Lacoste, like, really, really strong team. And you see Broodmother get banned out. Not too much of a surprise either. I wouldn't be surprised to see Night Stalker getting banned out with the last ban out of probably the Radiant. I'm not sure the Dire would ban it out. They might want to, you know, hope they get it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to make things a little weird with that fast Shadow Shaman. He does get played a lot, especially by EG, actually. They literally, and for that reason, I think PGG's ban was legitimate, but I've seen EG play Shadow Shaman pretty much every single game that I've seen them play, because they love to get those early pushes going on. So, Nature's Prophet is in the pool, we have Anti-Mage in the pool, and Lich. Those are the 3 main first-round bans, or at least the most common bans that could be going down, and we'll see who ends up squeaking on through here for DTS to first pick.
I think it's actually going to be the AM squeaking through. Like, it seems like teams lately haven't been as scared, really, as they were before.
I would agree.
Now that teams have started pushing a little more, like, if that AM isn't given time to farm, and he's kind of got to come and team fight, like, it really, really hinders him.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, you can always pick stuff. I mean, pushing strategies are really popular right now, but even a hero like Dragon Knight is good against an Anti-Mage, but it will be an Anti-Mage ban. And Nature's Prophet will be the first pick out of DTS. We'll see if EG can control the map, or most importantly, the early game is the time to beat Nature's Prophet. If you can shut down his farm a little bit, or if his ganks don't go super well, or you don't allow him to actually push down your towers, and you can do the same back to him, Nature's Prophets really aren't that good, unless you get that gold advantage, so... I don't know, we'll see if EG can pick up 2 heroes. I'm expecting them to probably pick up some kind of pushing heroes, but it seems like the picks to go for is like a Tide Windrunner. Almost always see those 2 heroes get picked up in the second 2 picks here.
Yeah, I'm really surprised they would leave the Nature's Prophet, to be honest with you. That's just such a strong hero. Like, It like pushes the side lane. It really like limits your ability to push because he just TPs up, starts his own wave, and then uses a teleport scroll to come back, and then somebody's got to go back and defend it. So then you come back to a 4v5 fight. Just so strong. I don't know, but you are right there. Windrunner is going to get picked up. Yeah, it makes sense if it was a Tidehunter here. But I mean, Lich is still there as well.
Or Lich. Yeah, that's what it's going to come down to. And that's kind of a weird position for EG to be in because they have to be like, do I want Tide or Lich? But they're actually going to pick up a Venomancer instead, going for some pushing there with that hero, which is, I think, legitimate. You know, another thing I just thought about why EG may not be playing some of these other, some of Pycat and Demon. Maybe Demon finally realized that he doesn't want to play like semi-support roles anymore or something. You know, it could be something weird like that. Because there was a lot of discussion when the team first got announced because there were so many solo players and semi-carry players that it was kind of like a who plays what roles, you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Everyone was like, well, you basically just picked up 5 carries. So it's like, all right, who's going to play what? Yeah, maybe someone just like, maybe the role wasn't exactly what they wanted it to be. Or maybe it's something else. I mean, we don't really know. It's all speculation. But I hope not because they looked so strong. And I was hoping to see a really strong, like, team that carried, like, the North American banner, which they do, even though they are, like, international. Like, you still have 2 North American players on their team. So it was really cool to see.
Yeah. Maybe Demon just has a dentist appointment or something.
Yeah,
that could
for
be
sure.
It.
For sure.
He could just be freaking out over nothing. He's like, dude, I got to go to work. Or you know,
right.
My grandma, you know, it's my grandma's birthday or something weird like that. Could be completely random. So,
pull a power net. He went bowling.
Yeah, he goes bowling every single time they have a match. It's kind of funny. All right, 2 more picks coming out of DTS. They're down to 30 seconds already in their bonus time. Really not quite sure who they want to go for. And it will be the Lich, so they're going to pick up the Lich. I would love to see maybe Lich Tidehunter straight out of the gate for those 2 guys. And that's going to give them a lot of good team fight and good lane control now that they have that Lich.
Yeah, it'd be so strong if they picked up a Tidehunter here. Tidehunter with that Lich, with that Furion, they'd just be ridiculous. Like, it really would. Like, yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's going to be the Earthshaker instead, so maybe the Radiant pick up the Tidehunter here?
I'm not quite sure. Earthshaker has seen a little bit more favor in the last couple weeks. There was a period of time where nobody ever picked Earthshaker, which was weird because for the longest time, Earthshaker was in just about every single Dota game ever. Such a popular support hero because of his long-range stun. But then people started favoring that Tide ulti a little bit more because it's easier to get off. But Earthshaker's seen a little bit of resurgence here, surprisingly, and DTS will play him. We'll see how effectively they can use him.
God's been an instigator saying that maybe the manners weren't what EG wanted. Yeah, slapping monitors. Don't go there, Gods. Don't go there. But you're right. Yeah, Earthshaker, what's so cool about Tidehunter is you really don't need the Blink Dagger as much as the Earthshaker does. So, like, he can like, go longer into the game without items, as opposed to the Earthshaker. I just feel like you can get in, like, position to hit a Ravage of 2 or 3 heroes a lot easier than you can get in position to hit, like, a good Echo Slam. And you are going to see that chin. So we're going to get to see Milk on that chin. That's going to be a pleasure to watch, yeah.
Yeah, he is very good at Chen, one of the best in the world. You know, it's hard to compare some of the top Chen players with one another, but Milk definitely knows how to play him very effectively. And I think one of my favorite things about the fact that they have 2 captains on their team is that, you know, they not only have Fear directing things, but Milk as well can just pay attention to the game, and just like the potential for having that much more strategical decision making in the middle of a game is just crazy, man. Like the fact, do you think they're going to make a lot of mistakes? It's hard to say. A lot of it's going to probably come down to gameplay more so than decision making, I think.
Yeah, to be honest with you, nah, dude. Like the Radiant starting to get those little niche heroes they have. Like, we're going to get to see Misery play that Windrunner. We're going to see Milk play that Chin. Like, they're starting to get those heroes that they're really, really good with. So it's going to be fun. Like, I think EG's, like, they're really getting the heroes that they wanted to get. I think they definitely wanted to get that Chin. I think that Windrunner is a really, really important hero for them. I see them run Windrunner all the time. Like, I always see Misery playing that Windrunner. So strong with it. Death Prophet ban is interesting, but I've been trying to tell people lately how strong this Death Prophet is, and no one wants to give it any love. But I'll tell you what I saw yesterday was a Death Prophet with a Void, and the ghosts do damage inside a Chronosphere, and it is so imbalanced. Oh my god,
That doesn't happen in Dota 1, does it? The ghost gets stopped on it, I think.
I don't know, but it happens in Dota 2, and it does ridiculous damage. It does actually, it was a Death Prophet against a Void. Anytime the Void would use his ultimate, like, the Death Prophets, like, would just boom, do work to him inside of his own Chronosphere. So like, there's nothing he could do.
Yeah, and they do physical damage as well. So even if the Void goes for something like a Monkey or a Mask of Madness, he would take a crap load in that Chronosphere. You'd almost have to get like maybe like a Vanguard or something. I don't know if Vanguard does damage block against the Ghost.
And then the pipe doesn't
not
really
for
help
sure.
either. So like, because
Yeah.
it's physical damage. Like, Death Prophet just so strong. Tidehunter getting banned out, not too surprised there. That's like you said, such a strong hero. Enigma being banned. You really don't want to go against an Enigma and a Lich, like the double deny. That was popular for a while. It was like one of those little fads, like a little trend, where teams would like to get the Lich and the Enigma and just deny.
Yeah. But yeah, Death Prophet kind of like a semi-carry pushing hero, very, very tanky, and the silence is actually very, very good. A lot of people underestimate Death Prophet, I think, but you know, once you pop that level 6 and get a couple more levels under you to boost up your spirit count, you can just take towers solo very effectively, and that would have been a perfect lineup for the Radiant team. They still have the option for a DK here, and I'm expecting them to play Dragon Knight because they play Dragon Knight all the time, and he kind of fits a similar role as Death Prophet, as being able to take early towers but still semi-carry. So I'm expecting them to do that, but we do see a Weaver pickup out of DTS, and Weaver's a carry that's kind of moved out of fashion a little bit, but is still very powerful, hasn't really received any nerfs or buffs really, and is just kind of like an occasional pickup. And they're going to pick up a Slardar for a hard counter to that Weaver. That's going to be rough.
So strong. I've seen Slardar played a lot lately. I've been scrimming a lot lately, and you just see like certain heroes that are getting played, and it's Slardar a lot. Just because of that sprint, like the ability to basically like haste yourself and go and catch up and stun. You also have the chance for the bash, as well as the minus armor and the vision on the Weaver. So Slardar is just going to be such a strong hero in this lineup, especially if you get some early farm. If he gets a quick Vanguard and treads and a puck picked up there, so it's going to be a lot of AoE actually out of the Dire.
I think they picked up the Slardar because his icon looks so much better now. Once they finally redid the art, he looks bad. Before you could kind of tell like he was really sloppily done, but he looks good now. I think they did a really good job on him. But yeah, Slardar very good at countering Weaver. Puck will be picked up by DTS. It's going to give them a little bit of unit control, and the silence and the burst is going to be good against heroes like Chen or Venomancer at the early levels. Even Windrunner, man, that Puck ulti against anybody that runs fast like a Slardar or a Windrunner, Puck ulti is wonderful for just keeping them shut down. They have to make that decision. Do I take the damage and the extra stun, or do I dance around and try to survive for like 3 seconds or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we're going to need to see like a solo middle here, unless they're going to... I think that's what we're going to need to get here out of the Radiant. Something to control middle, like maybe even Beastmaster wouldn't be too bad. Give you a little bit of map control.
As long as we don't get an auto-casting Puck with phase shift, I think we'll be fine.
DTS, auto-cast, phase shift, I'm leaving, bro.
Yeah.
I'm leaving. That was crazy. I watched that.
Yeah,
I literally went and found that VOD just to watch that.
Yeah, when I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to it until I finally saw the video, and then I was like, oh my god, he phase shifted like 4 disables. And wow, going to see a Bounty Hunter. That's going to be their solo. Probably, I'm going to guess, Radiant top. I've seen some Chinese players playing Bounty Hunter as a hard ganker here. Have you watched any of those games by any chance? Because I caught 2 of them.
Not really.
It's very interesting play. It was, you know, that's one problem with Dota is everybody's very used to these like very defined play styles. Like, oh, this is your hard carry, he lanes and last hits for 20 minutes. But a Bounty Hunter was kind of played. You get kind of early levels. And also, I'd like to quickly point out Bounty Hunter and Slardar counter Weaver with their track. Like, holy crap, dude. Weaver is going to have a shit game. Like, he's going to be constantly visible here. But I'm expecting Bounty Hunter to get early levels on the Radiant top solo, and then from there just kind of TP around and be there for ganks and things like that. And using, going for stuff like Tread's Poor Man's Juan Django, something like that has been very common. Or at least the 2 Chinese games that IG played him, that's what they did. And it didn't work extremely well, but it worked well enough, and track did just get buffed a lot. And I assume, is this the new patch? That's the real question. I assume it is.
Well, if it's the new patch, Furion, bro, get an Orchid for me. Orchid's so OP. Do you see how cheap it is now?
Yeah, it's like 4,000 or something.
And it's 18-second cooldown.
Wow.
Like there's only like 10 seconds of the game where you can't be stunning someone. Like every 10 seconds you can, silence someone. Basically every 10 seconds you can silence someone. You silence them for like 6 seconds, comes down, you wait 10 seconds, you silence them again. Like, it's like, damn. So strong. For $4,000? Come on.
I'm not quite sure if this is new version or not. Let me see if I was looking at track gold and I thought it was supposed to be 250 for self. So I assume this is the tournament version of the game and not the newest. I'm trying to think if any of these heroes have had changes. Oh yeah. Okay. It is the tournament version. So Wrath of Nature level 2 is still at 60 seconds. So we know that for sure. So Bounty Hunter is actually even better now than he will be. Or I'm sorry, he's worse now than he would be if they were playing the full updated version.
so he's not as strong. But I don't know. I still think they have the better team. But I think EG definitely, yeah. I think EG's got a little bit stronger team. Because the only late game that the Dire have is completely countered by the Radiant.
Yeah, no kidding. They literally don't even have to buy dust. They could be like, all right, let's gank this Weaver. Slardar will go first. He'll amp damage. He'll backtrack that off, and then they can immediately track him again. You know, it's like they don't even have to worry about cooldowns. They can use like a really so much easier to gank the Weaver this way. And the fact that it fits in their lineup is awesome because Slardar can semi-carry, Bounty Hunter can semi to hard carry somewhere in that range depending on his item build, and they're still going to be able to do just as well against this Weaver because they all have burst damage, dude. Like, burst damage from Bounty Hunter and Slardar as well. Like, just nuke down that Weaver as fast as possible.
Yeah, like, really, really strong. Just so much damage. Like, that Slardar crush and a couple attacks, and you have the Shuriken toss. It's going to be like, bang, bang. Like, they're going to be able to blow that Lich up. Like, the Lich is going to explode. The Earthshaker's going to explode early on. Like, it's just going to be, I don't know. And what else do they have? They got a Puck also. Like other than
Weaver,
War. Yeah. But the Weaver, like you said, is going to get blown up. And poor like, Prophet. Like, they have the Shuriken toss, which doesn't have the mini stun to it, which cancels his teleport for a second.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
So that cancels his teleport for a second, so he's got to redo it. You also have the stun from the Slardar. You have the Shackle Shot from the Windrunner. So it's going to be tough for that Furion to just TP in and TP out of places. He's going to have to be careful not to get caught.
Yeah, all these heroes. Actually, Slardar, like you said, Slardar is very good against Nature's Prophet, especially if you get a Quelling Blade, which I'm pretty much guaranteeing Fear to do here. Quelling Blade against Nature's Prophet when you're playing a Slardar, like, Nature's Prophet has to be really careful before he gets some, like, items. But he's not even going to be able to get, like, a Lothar's this game. You know, it's, like, no reason for him to get that item. He has to get something like a fast sheep stick or
which means
maybe even phase boots or something.
I wouldn't be surprised to see like him get a really, really quick Midas. Like, so he can get a big item quicker. Because he's not going to be able to go, like, that middle tier item like a Lothar's, which is, you know what I mean? That's not like your, like, it's not like a big item, but it's like, you know, your first core item for a hero like that, but he's not going to be able to go that. So you might want to go something like a Midas into his first big item, like maybe Midas Sheep, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. I think that's his best option.
20 minutes.
Okay, man, this is waiting for somebody for something. Let me see if there's anything. No, it doesn't look like Skype's active. Usually there's always somebody to tell something going on. But unfortunately not. Okay, so what do you think our lanes are going to be for the Dire team is the real question. Nature's Prophet, Earthshaker, Weaver, Lich, and who's that last year? Puck.
It's going to be Puck in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Weaver, Lich, Earthshaker top, and I think it's going to be the Furion middle, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty good, actually. That's going to deny a lot of CS from Bounty Hunter. If they get a fast dust, they could get a gank on Bounty Hunter. I'm assuming Bounty Hunter is soloing top, and they're going to put Windrunner... Maybe they'll put Windrunner bottom and put, like, Slardar Venom mid, something like that. That would be interesting.
I think they're going to put Bounty Hunter middle. I think they're going to put Windrunner top, and I think they're going to put Slardar Venom bottom.
Yeah, that would make a little bit more sense.
Yo, how strong would that Bounty Hunter middle be against, say, a Furion? That's easy work for Playmate. Like that Furion's not going to kill that Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, as long as you get a Stout Shield, you're going to be fine, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know if they're going to do that, but I think that would be the absolute strongest lanes EG could go. But I still think that's the strongest lanes DTS could go, with the 3 top, 1 mid, and 1 bottom. Like, I think those would just be the strongest lanes, like, both of them could go.
Yeah, something like that. There's the Spectator. Yes, that's exactly how autocast phase shift works, is it actually triggers even if you're stunned, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
It definitely did not work like that in Dota 1, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Did they at least pick their heroes?
Yes. Yeah, they have picked all their heroes, so we're going to be good to go. So I have to switch it off directed cam. I have to go to one of the broadcasters. There we go.
Yeah, and you're going to have to constantly switch it throughout the game as well. I've had to do that at least.
Oh well, I'll pay attention, no problem.
Yeah, whenever you can't click on a hero, that's what you got to do. You have to change the camera view quickly. Oh my god, seriously?
Why do they keep trolling us?
Blue balls, man. Do you want to go over the players quick?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and... I can't I? Oh, there we go. I'll go ahead and go over who's playing who here on the Radiant side. We're going to have Fear playing our Slider. We're going to have Lacoste on the Venomancer. Misery playing the Windrunner. Milk playing your Chin. And Playmate on the Bounty Hunter.
And for the Dire team DTS, we have Goblin playing the Lich. We have, God, this game is always pausing my way. EKV playing the Puck. Always Want to Fly on the Earthshaker. Please Go Game, who is PGG playing the Nature's Prophet. And Below Your Brain is on the Weaver. He's going to be semi-carrying or hard carrying. We'll see how he goes for. This is frustrating. I just want to watch this game, man.
Yeah, me too. Like, these are two really, really strong teams. For those of you who think we are EG fanboys, you're wrong. Like, I really like DTS, and I was so happy to see them win the Dota 2 Star Kiev tournament. I was pumped to see them win it. I definitely wanted to see them beat Navi, and I was so happy for PGG because he gets so much shit. So I was happy to see him do well. And I'm happy to see them sticking together. Like he had the reputation of teams falling apart around him, and it's not that way anymore. Like, oh my God, okay, here we go. We're going to get into the game, it looks like. So let's go ahead and check out these lanes, see how right we are, see where the teams head out in the early seconds here.
We do have a Flying Courier purchased right off the bat, which is going to hurt somebody's gold a little bit. Looks like Chen actually just purchasing Sentry Ward's going to go lane with that alone, which is fine. Like, he really doesn't need, he doesn't really get a lot of usefulness out of much regen or stat items at the start of the game. It's going to allow him to have somewhere to jungle very effectively. And Lacoste does have Observer Wards, and there's that shield on Bounty Hunter, and everybody else looks pretty damn normal for items.
Yeah, it looks pretty standard. Looks like interesting lanes. They're going to put the Lich bottom.
Nature's Prophet is jungling, it looks like, too.
Huh.
Maybe not. No, he has a lot of regen. That's more regen than he would need in the jungle. I'm not really quite sure. He does have Sentry Wards, though, so he's planning to counterward something. A lot of sentries this game, actually.
Ton of sentries being purchased out by both teams. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, DTS, huh? I don't really know what the lane's going to be. That's, like, this Furion, like you said, that's a lot of regen to go to the jungle right now. And no wards at the top, so, I mean, sentry wards. Let's see.
Yeah, it does look like Windrunner's going to the top lane for sure. She's going to be soloing that. Gondar is bottom, actually. And I think it is going to be that Veno Slard lane on the mid lane, like I thought. But I had my Windrunner and Bounty Hunter switch, though.
Yeah, so they are going to solo that Bounty Hunter in bottom. Oh, we actually see Milk and the Earthshaker checking each other out here. We're going to have a counter ward. Quickly counter warded there by the Chin. Good job getting rid of that. No vision for the Dire any longer.
And the important part is he did that before 30 seconds. I don't know if that one stops the pull spawn there for those Ursas or not, but that's a big pickup there that he can immediately get it, and he's not going to have to worry about losing any farm or good creep pickups from that. And Playmate's starting the CS off on the bot lane. It's going to be against a Lich and an Earthshaker, so the sacrifice does go down, so Playmate will have to fight against that, but even still, they're still going to have Slardar, who is played by Fear, and he's going to be up against a Puck with the Venomancer support. I think Puck's going to have a tough time here staying alive against this, or at least laning well.
Misery took a ton of damage up top, having to burn an early flask already. A minute in, having to burn that flask down, that kind of sucks. And it looks like Puck's going to have to do the same thing, though, to be honest with you. So a lot of aggression coming out of both sides here, and PGG playing really aggressive on the Windrunner, both exchanging blows.
Yeah, I guess they're both okay with this trade here. A little surprised about that fact, because that's going to make Misery burn. He's actually needs some tangos at least. Did he have 2 tangos and 2 salves for a start? Holy crap, dude. That is a crap load of regen.
Yeah, I think he knew he was going to be against an aggressive lane. Or maybe he just thought, I want to stay out there a long time and get the added levels when they go back and heal. But either way, it looks like the Furion's going to head over now and get ready to double stack that pull over there.
Wow, and Malk doing a good job. Finds the second Observer Ward placed by the Earthshaker. Both of those go to complete waste there. And he did predict this one. All the camps were respawning, so he knew it wasn't a pull spot. And then he figured that the last most likely place was going to be one that sees the Chen coming for gank. So nicely done there by Malk. And now Playmate's soloing against the Lich Earthshaker still and getting the last hits like crazy. And he's up to 500 gold just about. See if he picks up a fast poor man's or picks up boots instead.
Yeah, this Bounty Hunter doing a great job against that lane, to be honest with you. But either way, the lane's going to get pulled back just because the Lich is able to sacrifice a creep all the time. But still, for the CS opportunities he's getting, the Bounty Hunter's doing a really nice job last hitting him.
And Slardar does go for the Quelling Stout with a little bit of regen here. Prophet did steal the invisibility from Lacoste, who was that Venomancer, so that was a pretty good pickup. And Prophet's thinking about maybe having a team fight here, but it'd be tough. Level 2 or level 3, Puck is really not going to contribute anything. He's going to slap Fear once and then back off, going back to his lane. So Earthshaker in position on the bot lane while Playmate continues to farm. He actually picks up 2 levels of Janata quick, and I love to see how pro players will play Bounty Hunter, because he's one of those heroes that doesn't get played much on the professional level, so his skill build, in my opinion, is very much up in the air right now.
A lot of harass coming out of the Weaver up in the top lane. So you see I see an aggressive lane up there. The Weaver trying to get all the farm he can. The Furin has now kind of moved into the pulling, stacking, / neutraling phase. He's not laning nearly as much, so he's letting that Weaver get the solo XP and getting those extra levels. But I mean, it kind of at the same time allows Misery to have free farm as well. It kind of just becomes a 1v1 lane.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. He still hasn't gotten Nature's Call, so he can't actually jungle quite yet. But I'm sure he will do that kind of a thing. He's actually TPing on the bot lane. They're going on to Playmate. The Sentry Wards are down. Are we going to see the Sprout? The Sprout goes on Playmate. He does eat a Tango through immediately. Good play by him. Do we need another Sentry? He might have to place the second Sentry. No, he's still visible. Will he end up surviving very closely? And Malk actually comes through, wants to kill on Nature's Prophet, and he will get it using the level 2 Test of Faith, getting a good nuke and doing good damage to Earthshaker as well. No creeps in position to stun the Earthshaker, so he will survive, but a nice play by Malk there, and a very, very close escape by Playmate.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice job there by Playmate getting out. He got out with about 45 HP, it looked like, and then he just went ahead and flashed up. But that was a nice job by Milk coming in there and picking up that kill. Just shows you how like in coordinated and organized they are. Like, he knew he had to get there in time, and he got there just in time.
Oh man, will Bounty Hunter be able to snake the regen? Oh my gosh, he will. God. They have got to be pissed about that one. Holy crap.
Look at him, yes.
That was a big victory. I thought for sure Earthshaker was going to jack that, and he ends up picking that up for free. That is so big. Wow.
Yeah, that's huge. Now he just gets to go back to lane and start all over again. He was at about half HP, half mana. Now he just gets to go back and get right back to laning or leveling and farming.
Yeah, and he might just be able to afford the Ring of Health immediately, or maybe even put off his Ring of Health and go for fast treads or something like that. But I'm really excited to see how he ends up playing his hero. He's at about 1,000 gold now. He's actually maxing out Janata first. This is going to give him the most cooldown and damage over time probably. He will get more crits this way, and it does more bonus damage. So primarily, that's just going to help him last hit really, really well, and I expect him to use that a lot, just getting a lot of last hits using his crit ability.
Yeah, and actually, if we take a look at the CS, actually Fear has the highest CS in the game right now.
Wow, yeah, he's doing very good.
And that's scary. Like, when your Slardar has the highest CS in the game right now, I was saying before the game that if the Slardar gets farmed and gets that quick Vanguard and treads, he is just so beast mode.
Yeah, in the mid game, he is a really, really tough hero to fight against.
As well as this Bounty Hunter. This Bounty Hunter bottom just able to do so much. Just so many things. He's able to farm. He's able to harass. He's able to actually control a lane as a melee hero, which is interesting. Unless you have Dust and Sentry Wards down all the time, the Bounty Hunter is just a constant nuisance.
Yeah, and that's why it's very unfortunate for DTS that they didn't end up getting that gank off effectively on him, because it would have shut down his lane quite a bit. But the push comes top lane, but power shot from the Windrunner is going to slow that down a significant amount. It really does make a big difference to be able to nuke down those creep waves and pull them back towards you. He is completely out of mana now, is the only downside. And I don't know if he has any items or anything, but his mana will regen very slowly here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to do a lot of damage to that top tower there. Yeah, he is going to have Nature's Call back up. They're going to start up a little creep wave again. I'm not going to be able to get it on this wave, but they may be able to get it on the next one. Lacoste is going to head up here as well as the Wildkin to try to help out with pushing back the wave a bit.
Yeah, I like that play there by Malk. That's really cool, just sending one near true creep just to slow it down. He can continue farming using a second creep, but he can still slow down the push. I think that is really, really awesome and a nice play out of Malk.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You just send the Tornado harass the lane, and it's just so frustrating. Oh, wow, we actually saw the kill mid there. Vigos, it looks like, with a teleport from PGG and the Earthshaker, pick up a kill on the Slardar middle.
A little surprising, but he didn't actually have boots yet, and he was only level 5, so no Vanguard quite completed. Unfortunate for him, but it happens, and Windrunner actually goes mid, and going to be defending that up, and Power Shot comes through to slow down the push, and Puck's going to hit the tower a couple times. He did have a double damager, and Puck did, so that's probably a lot of the reason. Hitting for 120 at 7 minutes in the game, yeah, that's a big deal, and he's going to pick up boots there with the Courier.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's like a nuke. It's like a nuke at this point in the game. Each attack is like hitting somebody with a spell there. So a lot of damage going on. Oh, nice Shackle Shot goes in here. Fear's going to follow it up with a Crush, and we are going to see the putt go down there. Slider's going to repay the favor as he picks up a kill there in the middle lane, and a nice job, and they're going to continue pushing forward onto this middle tower.
Yeah, and that was all because of that Shackle Shot. If he missed that shot, gank was not going to happen. There was no way that Fear was going to catch up to Puck there and get the disable off. But Nature's Prophet's going to come to defend it. He doesn't have any items here. 875 gold with 2 Ironwood branches. We're going to have a Fissure possible from Earthshaker. We'll see if he burns it on the Wildkin. It's definitely possible. The Power Shot goes through. Not going to see any kind of shackle, but the tornado damage done to these heroes is going to be actually a decent amount. If you watch Nature's Prophet, he's going to slowly get worked down by the tornado to the point where he's going to have to run away.
Yeah, that Wildkin is so frustrating. Look at that. Oh, man. I'm just look at this. Oh, my God.
Tornado kill? No. I wish. I love tornado kills.
70 damage to him.
Uh-huh. Nature's Prophet's groin hurts.
Look, yes. Up
I don't
top
speak
here.
that.
Oh, what's going on mid?
Denied.
I don't know what they're saying.
Me either.
Alright, Sardar is level 6, so he does have that amp damage now. He picks up a Boots. He might have been going for a fast Vanguard, but after he died here, I think he finally just settled with that Boots. And there's a track on the Lich, which is going to give him very good vision, but still Lich continuing to deny any farm possible from Bounty Hunter. And Bounty Hunter looks like he's either going for a Vanguard or for a Battle Fury. So this will set everything to rest. All of the rage that I got for posting a Bounty Hunter video will be determined by this game right here. Just see what Playmate gets. And if he gets a Battle Fury, I'm in the clear, man.
I'm pretty sure he's going to go Battle Fury with a poor man shield, to be honest with you. And we're actually going to see a gank come down here on him bottom. The chain went down, but wow, he went invis before the Sentry.
He dodged it.
And he dodges it. Oh my God.
That was really big, and they've got to be mad about that. That's the second time that our Bounty Hunter here has not died in a gank. I think the last gank was much more successful than that one was, but even still, they're wasting a lot of ganking potential, or at least a little ganking potential, trying to pick him off. Bounty Hunter coming in for the gank now. There's the track on Nature's Prophet. He's in a lot of trouble. The Tornado as well is going to slow him a crap load here, and we're going to have more crits in another 3 seconds. Lich is going to try to help out, but it's not going to matter. The Shuriken steals the kill. Just a level 1 Shuriken. Are they going to be able to get Lich? No, there's not enough mana for Bounty Hunter to continue chasing there. And a very effective gank pulled off by the Chen and the Bounty Hunter.
You know what's funny is you play with players and when they're playing with Chen and they're like, oh man, this Wildkin's so weak. But it's like, no, it's not. You just don't understand how to
really
play
good.
it. you just don't understand. Like, oh, man, I get the worst creeps. It's like, no, you don't. You just don't know how good that creep is. And you see like Milk use it to absolute perfection there.
Yeah, Tornado is literally one of the best disables in the early game laning stage. If you can like come through the jungle and put a Tornado behind the 2 enemies, like that's a huge slow. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but the slow alone is the most important part. And then if you have a couple more heroes in them, you can just auto attack them until they die. It's really, really effective.
Yeah, absolutely. You just see how strong we hear that. Oh my God, what a shackle shot! But actually, that Fissure is going to prevent the Slardar from being able to get in position to follow up the shackle shot with the Slither Infestation. It's not going to happen there.
Yeah, he did get the power shot off, which is going to put Puck, force him to pop some bottles, which is pretty good. But even still, I think EG is sitting really good. Slardar will have enough for his Vanguard. The courier's not moved quite yet, so we'll see if that's what he goes for. And Lacoste on the top lane, doing a lot of soloing here, picks up a Sage's Mask. We'll see if he gets an Arcane Boots, but he may just sit, go towards like an urn or a medallion, something like that. That would actually be very awesome for somebody to pick up a medallion on EG's team. They already have amp damage, they have track as well, and I know that minus 20 armor is the cap for minus armor, but I think they could easily hit that with the medallion with the amp and the track in the early game.
You're actually going to see a gank go up here top, but the Lacoste is just going to TP out before anything else happens. So this has got to be really frustrating for DTS. Like, they kind of picked, not necessarily a gank-oriented lineup, but you do have the Furion who is able to gank a lot. You have the Earthshaker who's able to roam around and cause havoc with his Fissures, but they're not able to pick up any early kills here early on. Just really 4 kills 12 minutes into the game. So kind of a slow-paced game. Both teams kind of not wanting to make too many mistakes here early on.
Yeah, but once again, most of that is because of those failed ganks. 2 failed ganks on Playmate, and the failed gank there on the Venomancer because the good play from Lacoste, preventing that kill from happening. Another Fissure goes down. They want to defend this tower, but Weaver actually is going to have to time-lapse through. He took way too much nuke damage there, and he actually has a Treads Basilius here. Kind of an interesting build. Wow, he gets way too close to the tower. He might go down. No power shot from Misery. He's out of mana, so that's not going to happen. Looks like they dove on the bot lane as well towards that Lich, but Lich ends up surviving with decent enough HP. Nature's Prophet thinking about TPing in, but Malk is sitting there with 2 Troll Warlords, which is like the best creeps ever, man. And he looks like he may be able to take the tower, this little skeleton army, man. This thing's hit really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are by far the best creeps because you can't miss their stun. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta love the ensnare. Like, you don't have to worry about it. It's automatic stun. Such good creeps. And then you have the little zombies that raise up from the dead. So awesome.
The Skeleton Warriors, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
They're
so
so
strong.
weak, but they hit really, really hard. 24 damage, that's equivalent. That's more than a melee creep. That's a big deal.
Yeah, well, absolutely, absolutely. When you got 4 of those hitting on a tower, they're just sitting there banging it for 100. Like, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. Definitely helps with the pushing.
All right, possible gank coming on the Weaver again. We actually have Arcane on Misery. Going to be playing more of a support role. Playmate is in the area. After the Scoochie ends, we're going to see possible track coming through. He's thinking about it. There it is. There's the track. Not going to get the Shackle, though. And, oh, he spends all his mana. He spends all his mana. He can't do a time-lapse. He barely gets enough, though. Pops his wand. Wow, still goes down.
Wow.
No time-lapse out of Weaver. I can't believe it, man. He could have survived that, I think.
Wow, what a big hit coming out of the Bounty Hunter there. Hit him for like 2 bars, like just critted him. Just doosh. What a huge attack there.
I'd like to point out the perseverance on Bounty Hunter right now
Told you.
and say thank you.
Yep. I
All
know
those
this one,
noobs
the Battle
hating.
Fury and the Stout Shield.
All those people hating on me for getting a Battle Fury on Bounty Hunter. They were so mad. Okay, I feel good now. I can die happy.
Absolutely, you do the same thing Playmate would do.
Alright, Puck on the bot lane. Looks like he's going for a really fast Blink Dagger. He's up to 1600 here. Misery's looking for a Shackle shot, but doesn't quite look like he'll be able to get one. And he will do the power shot through, do some damage to the Puck, and then back on up. And he's going to continue to last hit. We'll see what he goes for. There is a mech being completed already on Chen, and the smoke for the Chen and the Venomounts are very good creeps on Malk here. And there is a Puck ulti going on Misery. He's going to pop his Windrunner last second right before he dies, most likely. There it goes down, and the Nature's Prophet ulti comes through as well. If he can dodge the orb, big heal from Chen. Still trying to stay alive. He is still dancing. The bugs are down. Weaver's going to try to get the last hit, but I think he will die. Pops the self, still hasn't popped his wand. Big mistake out of Misery. 13 charge magic wand that he did not use there. Definitely could have stayed alive in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he could have as well. And the Slardar actually picks up a kill on the Nature's Prophet there in the back end. And you actually see what happens when the Slardar is alone with something. Like, he has those treads in that Vanguard already 14 minutes into the game. He got a lot of farm. And he's also got the, what's interesting and people need to note, like, he has that Cullen Blade. When that Nature's Prophet TP is on him, he's just able to chop a tree down and head out.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't
he never
even
has to worry
matter.
about having tangos.
Big time. Lots of minus armor on these guys, man. Shrek and amp damage. It is so good.
Yeah, that amp and tracks just, oh my god. That poor Weaver. Look at the Weaver, like they have permanent vision of him.
And Chen does have his mechanism finished now. He's roaming towards the mid lane. I love this like fast mech pickup on Chen. 15 minutes in here, that's going to be a lot of heal. Could have kept the Windrunner alive if he had that item completed. I mean, the wand would have helped a lot. Would have helped a lot as well, but unfortunately he did not end up using that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that quick heal. I mean, I thought he had Misery saved there for a second, but Misery kind of juked back in, and you are going to see Fear come in. What was that Echo Slam? Oh my god, what a fail Echo Slam. And the Earthshaker's just going to die easily there. And now so's their Courier, maybe? No, the Courier's going to get out just in time. It looks like they saw what happened just in time.
I can't believe he pressed Echo Slam, man. What was... Like, I'm trying to think, maybe his hotkeys were similar. Like, I've seen missed Tide ultis, and you know why. Because they were trying to press Anchor Smash, but... I guess C is close to F. Maybe he mispressed. Because he was out of mana after he Echo Slammed. He couldn't even fissure, so huge mistake. Free kill for the Earthshaker, and the first tower finally goes down. Well, second tower, but... Third tower. Still, second tower for EG. It's a big advantage now.
Yeah, absolutely, and you're right there. And that was just an interesting play there by the Earthshaker. Kind of some failness. But it happens, dude. It really does. I wonder, what's this Weaver going to go? Is the Weaver going to go a quick Radiant, or is he going to go a Lincoln's, which has been kind of popular lately?
Yeah, it's still pre-patched tournament version, so Lincoln's isn't heavily buffed like it was in the new patch. That means an Urn coming from a Venomancer or something like that is still going to disable him, or is going to disable that Lincoln, so I think he's probably better off just getting a Radiance, but we'll see, man. It'd be too easy to shut down that track, or the Lincolns. Just shoot a Shuriken at him and then track, something like that, you know? Very easy to stop it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think the Lincolns would be all that useful. There's just too many ways to burn it right now.
And Mel continuing to jungle, going to be swinging towards the bot lane. Misery is going to scout out the Puck and the Lich. Is he going to get Shackle off? I want him to, man. It was a perfect lineup. He's not going to get it. There comes the Chain Frost. It's only going to bounce a few times. Then the ulti from the Chen heal, and there's a little bit of disable on the Lich. Where's Puck? Did Puck die already? No, he
Puck
actually went
took
all
off
the way
underneath.
through.
Yeah, the Puck peeled on everyone. And the Lich got left there behind, and the Lich is going to go down, and you see a nice Fisher coming out of the ES there to block that Slardar off from coming around on the Puck. And the Slardar is sprinting, and it's now going to go off, so it's going to be another 15 seconds before you can use that again. And when that sprints up, it's just able to allow them to really initiate on a team fight, even without a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, big time. I wish Misery really would have shot a Shackle Shot, but for all he knew, that was the entire team smoke ganking him. You know, that he had vision, it was daytime, and all of a sudden these invisible heroes popped up, and he was like, oh god, they have smoke. So good decision making from him. I wish he would have shackled because it would have been a double kill, but, you know, absolutely good decision making by him.
Yeah, and either way, it's going to allow them to put some pressure here on this bottom lane. They may be able to get this tower here, but either way, they're going to put some pressure on it than they wouldn't have got if he didn't get out of there. But good job by Misery. Like I said, that Windrunner is just so strong at his. He plays it so often. And he just got such a good feel for it.
Yeah, the Shackle Shot's the hardest thing about Windrunner in a lot of ways, so it is tough to pick that up sometimes. He's got 900 gold. Once again, the mech is gone, so probably going to see a fast Force Staff come out of him, I expect at least. We already have urns and a lot of other support items. Drums of Endurance is being built by Chen. So I think they're going to have most of their support items covered, so I would say almost for sure he's going to be getting a Force Staff.
Yeah, Force Staff just makes him more useful in general. It's able to allow him to, like, put people in good positions, get people out of bad positions. That adds another element to the Windrunner, into the play that he does with her. It kind of allows him to initiate into fights. So you see a Shackle Shot go in there, and wow, he shackles it onto the back creep. Nice job, but he's going to have to back out because the Earthshaker's got the backup support for the Weaver there.
And it does look like Weaver's going for that Radiance. He does just have a Ring of Health with his Treads, but he's at 2,600 gold. That means pretty much for sure he will be getting a Relic first, and I think that's pretty important because, I mean, they're going to have to be trying to shut down some counter push, or provide some counter push, and they really don't have that much counter push. Just the Fissure and the Orb coming out of Puck and the bugs from Weaver, which doesn't really stop a push that heavily. So there's the Haste by Fear. He wants to kill, and the Gale lands. That's it for Lich. No chance he's going to survive this, let me tell you. He's going to be looking to maybe do a Chain Frost, but no, he's not going to waste the spell. And he has actually on cooldown 4 seconds there for Chain Frost. He gets picked off really easily. Big mistake there by the Lich, being way too far forward.
Yeah, that was just a mistake there. Anytime Fear's got that sprint up, like I said, they're going to be able to go on you there. And the top tower is actually going to be destroyed by the Bounty Hunter, so even more gold for him. He does have his Battle Fury now. He's got 3,300 gold. Well, he's got enough for the Battle Fury, as he has 3,300 gold as well as the Perseverance. So you do see track go down so quick again there. So now that he's used his time lapse, they just throw the track right back on him. And he's visible again. Now he's going to take a ton of damage. But you do see the ES and the Furon making their way up here onto this Bounty Hunter area. I wonder if this Bounty Hunter is going to get ganked here. Oh, the dust goes down on him. He's going to teleport out, but the Fisher's going to come down. He's going to be in some serious trouble here.
That was a really good play.
He's doing a ton of damage, though. This Weaver's going to go down. Wow, what a kill there by Milk. Oh, wow. And then he's going to go ahead and Tango out, and he's going to survive. Unbelievable play there by Playmate.
Oh, my God. Do it, Playmate. Do it. Do it. I know you want to.
Please don't kill.
Oh, my God, yes. Oh, my God, yes.
Strong.
That was so awesome. Damn, dude.
Wow. What coordination and play there by Playmate.
That was really, really good. Man, I love DTS's play, though. The Weaver was just slowly walking towards his allies. He knew the Bounty Hunter was probably chasing him, and then they popped the dust. That was a great play by him, but Puck's gonna end it all. Burst nukes going down on the Bounty Hunter. Good play by him, at least.
Yeah, I just went ahead and blinked in his silence, but they did pick up the Aegis in the meanwhile. And looking at the gold graph, it's just an ungodly difference right now. About 11,000 gold difference between the teams about 21 minutes in. So you see a huge advantage in gold right now. And it's mainly because of the pushing. You look at the towers, only one tower down right now on the Radiant side, and you see them pushing so deep into the Dire side, as you're going to see the 5th of the 6 outside towers go down here.
Yeah, and the Nature's Prophet ulti doing a lot to slow down the push, but it doesn't really matter there. The tower will get last hit by Fear, actually, and a couple creeps behind. Those are, they're going on the Puck. They did find the correct Puck. He's going to orb on through, but he does get picked off before he gets the orb off, and Fear going to get a stun off, maybe almost on the Weaver. Still chasing. He does have a couple bugs off, and he's going to pop the amp damage, but it's not going to get him a kill, and they're going to continue pushing this. They do have a big advantage. Bounty Hunter's not even here. That's the best part. They just fought 5v4, I think, without Nature's Prophet at least, but wow, Nature's Prophet really underfarmed here. Check that out, man. He's got an urn and boots and 1,500 gold.
Oh, man, that's what happens when you don't know what to do with him. They should have soloed the Nature's Prophet middle, man, to be honest with you. Like, I don't understand why they didn't solo the Nature's Prophet middle, tri-lane top, and have the Puck solo in bottom. It would allow that Nature's Prophet to get some farm. Right now, he's just completely useless. The Slardar's way, way too farmed right now. In this game's it's looking grim. I'm not going to say it's over, but if you didn't catch on that Shackle Shot there with the Windrunner, he actually Shackle Shotted the Puck to himself, like to the other illusion. And you're actually going to see a big
That's
chain
big.
frost going, but the pipe's going to stop all of that.
Oh,
and the bounty hunter
yeah.
picks up another kill as the Furion goes down bottom.
Yeah, of course Windrunner's getting pipe. I thought that was the one support item I absolutely forgot about there. Big shackle shot, but it's not going to catch anybody. And they're going to hit the melee barracks most likely and pick this up. The heals that have been going on Fear from the Chen is just too big, man. They're going to have another mech in 10 seconds. Fear's going to put down another amp damage just to have vision of these heroes at all times. And I think they're just going to take out the melee barracks and be sitting really good here 22 minutes into the game.
Yeah, this game's over now. Like, having that pipe, having that mech, having that global heal, as well as drum, like, they have all their items. Like, all your core items at 22 minutes from all your support, like, that's as good as it gets. Like, that's as much as you can really ask from your supports.
Yeah, that's definitely true. There's the ranged barracks going down. They're all going to back up, man. They have vision of literally every single hero on the enemy team. Weaver is thinking about going in. Is he going to get shackled? It's not going to happen. But Lich, what is he doing, man? Way too over-aggressive, and he's actually going to survive. Fear is going to go down. I can't believe it, man. Radiant team is not going to win this team fight. No, BKB popped by the Bounty Hunter. Does he have his... Wow, he actually just skipped the Battle Fury, went straight for the Black King bar this game, and getting a couple kills as a result.
Actually, they easily won that just because the Slardar had the Aegis. That's why he was being so over-aggressive. He was just like, look, I'm just going to go in here and die, and they're going to go ahead and good game this, and that's going to be it, man. As you see, DTS heading out of the game, so that's going to be the first game here on their D2E Challenge and win there. And I'm going to let it run out to the scoreboard, though, so everyone can check it out, I guess. I think it automatically gives the Radiant the win after a few minutes, after a few seconds.
If they all disconnected, then yes, just give it like 30 seconds or something. It should give them the scoreboard. But yeah, interesting skill build on Playmate, not opting to finish that Battle Fury. A little surprisingly, after you get that Perseverance, you know, Perseverance is kind of a bad item by itself. Once you build it into something, it gets much better, but surprisingly, it went straight for that Black King bar, didn't really care about creep wave clearing or bonus damage. He just wanted that magic survivability, which I think was smart.
There it is. And here's what I think happened with that. He was like saving enough for the Battle Fury, and then all of a sudden he got that double kill top and got like so much gold that he just bought the BKB outright. And then he was just going to buy. I think he was just going to buy the Battle Fury like right after that, to be honest. But the game was over at that point, so it didn't matter. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at the last hits here. Just everything. It was just all in favor of the Radiant. This game was really, really well played by them. You see Playmate with the highest CS. You also see Milk with 92 CS out of the jungle. That's a lot of CS coming out of your chin, man.
Yeah, and that's really important. Some Chens spend too much time trying to gank or do other things, and if you get those fast support items, it makes a big difference in your pushes, which we definitely saw here.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, so what's the next game? What do we have next?